Them. Hey, how have you been? Me. Oh, you know I am keeping it together. Me keeping it together. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? When you are smart enough to know the other person is wrong, but not smart enough to argue back. If I hit myself and it hurts, am I weak or am I strong? My therapist. Please reply to this email by the 12th. Me reading the email on 20th. Me in almost every situation involving human interaction. I must get out of here as quick as possible. Me studying French so that I can refuse to speak it, as opposed to just being unable to. When you say something to your therapist, and they firmly reply with, I did not need to know that. Me. I did not ask to be born. Parents. Well, we did not want you to be born either. Please say psych. When people talk behind my back, when people talk, people. Dude, just get a car. Driving is so much fun. Average driving experience. I need more friends who understand that I still want to be invited, but I am not going. Do not you get tired of being alone. Me being alone. What is your favorite childhood memory? Me. Not paying bills. My parents in their 30s. Let's buy a house. Me in my 30s. I am depressed, and I do not mean TikTok or Instagram depressed. I am depressed, straight up. When you ask someone for directions, and they start using words like east and west. My anxiety thinking that everyone hates me. My depression telling me no one cares enough about me to hate me. When everything is going wrong but you are used to it. Kids be like, watch this. Then do a jump and spin, wasting my fucking time. Me overthinking. Me realizing I am overthinking. Me thinking about overthinking. Me overthinking. You do not know pain until a little kid draws stick figures of the whole family, and you are the only round one. Movies portraying people in their 20s as hyperactive creatures who have all sorts of adventures. Me in my 20s. I am tired, boss. When people ask why you take so many naps. Because when you are sleeping, there are no lonely times, just dreams. Me leaving the house without breakfast, dehydrated and on 3 hours of sleep. Parents, you have got mail on the table. The mail. Doctor, are you getting enough sleep? Me, why do you ask? Me, a bilingual, telling a funny story. Me realizing halfway through that, the joke only works in the other language. Sorry for not keeping in touch. I have literally nothing to say. Debate. Ends. Every American immediately afterward. Well, the, gravity of my situation just set in. Stock knowledge. Me. Final exam. Top-ranked players who play 10+ hours a day. Me trying to have fun after a bad day at work. Dad, let's turn off the AC and let it rest. The fridge that has been on for 23 years. When you already checked your usual 5 apps and don't know what else to do with your day, roses are red, chocolate is brown. I expect nothing, and I am still let down. You are so quiet. Me around people I know. Me being loyal to someone even without a relationship. People living happily without mental health issues. Me, pretending we are the same. Me, you a fly. Fly. You a depressed junkie. Me. Me trying to figure out what you said after I said to repeat it the 3rd time, when the back of a cereal box was your morning paper. Me looking up at a random building, letting the imaginary sniper know I see him. That no work tomorrow sleep be hitting different. Me stressing over things I can totally easily do. When cats knead on you and you can feel their nails puncturing holes into your skin, but they look at you with that loving warm expression, and you look back like, when your parents ask you why you are still single, you gave me the ugly. Your alarm is set for 2 hours and 17 minutes from now. My mental health. Advices I give to people. 8 hours playing video games. 1 hour working on something important. Me when someone doesn't believe me and they Google it and see I'm right. Me. I could really use a sign from above right now. The sign from above. Suffer. I am sad and I want to talk about it, but it is annoying and repetitive. When you bought a game and the next day it gets a huge discount. Sometimes I am late because I sit like this for a long time. When you wake up in the morning and it is morning, I cannot keep doing this. When you are done with everybody's shit, loving someone you cannot have, having someone you cannot love. When you walk into work 10 minutes late and someone says good afternoon, are you aware that at every job you have been assigned to, your performance review has been lax enthusiasm? No, but that sounds accurate. Psychogenic death takes a while and is not particularly easy. But it is possible. You can die simply by giving up the will to live. 9:06. Do not go to sleep yet. I am about to call you. 12:30. It gets better. Bro, it has been gradually getting worse for years. Me hurting myself watching wholesome things knowing damn well that none of that will ever happen to me. Build the wall around my house. I hate everyone. Boys literally have zero excuse for not having communication skills because I have seen you all play group video games and you describe where you are at like it is life or death. It is a lot easier to say, shotgun in the east hallway, than it is to say, my crippling anxiety is ruining this relationship. My friends and family, where have you been? Me, we are working out of sight so you may not see us. Me, when I finally find out the reason why I fall out of touch with all the people I attempt to be friends with. Me, whenever I meet someone who can match my dark sense of humor and sarcasm. You are full of hate and loathing, and I love it. When I realize I am starting to lose interest in the one thing keeping me distracted. Do not let the flame die out. I know some deodorants are 48 hours, but please do not challenge it. Your 20s will be the greatest years of your life. Me in my 20s. Ever been so antisocial at work that you have just gone and ate your lunch in your car? You. I am only 35. I have my whole life ahead of me. Sports broadcaster. Here comes the oldest player in the league. He is 32. A miracle. Me waiting for someone to casually fall in love with me while staying in my bedroom all day. I told everyone in work this was a photo of the day I was born, and nobody batted an eyelid. America's airlines are introducing a class below economy. Broke as fuck, now boarding. I repeat, broke as fuck, now boarding. Back in uni, a girl mocked my presentation one time, so I searched for her group and asked the topic they were presenting on. I spent 4 days researching on it and asked her so many questions, like it was common knowledge that she cried. Stay blessed, precious one. Me waiting for my mum to get ready after she yelled at me for not being ready. How I sleep knowing I physically exist in this world, and people perceive me and judge me over a body I neither like nor identify with. 31 years since my dad sent me to the shop for a tin of red and white striped paint, and the shopkeeper sent me back to ask him if he wanted horizontal or vertical, and I sussed out on the way home what was going on, and then kicked the front door so hard it broke. Remember when you were little and you would fall on the trampoline and everyone would keep jumping so you could not get back up? That is how adult life feels. Me. I think I want to stay single. Inner me. Like you have a choice. Random girl. Smiled at me 2 years ago. Me. In my dreams, we are still together. Parents when you remind them of the traumatizing things they said to you. Me waiting for my problems to solve themselves. Me uncovering who keeps ruining my life. Living with your parents is fun because it is free except for the small cost of your mental well-being. Me looking at my imaginary hero doing parkour while in the car. State your age and something you cannot do. I am 44 and cannot swim. I am 20 and I cannot take it anymore. 12-year-old me making an email I will use for the rest of my life. When anyone asks my favorite weather. I crave this. Me working up the courage to tell my calorie counting app that I ate an entire birthday cake. Break up hurts the most. Me. Ever had this? Me watching someone Google something less efficiently than I would. Guy with Apple Vision Pro and a self-driving Tesla commuting. Me on a bus with a book. Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. Booking flights on a phone is crazy. That is a laptop activity. My most millennial trait is big purchases must happen in big laptop screen. Girls. Should we invite Sarah? No, we only know her for 6 months. Boys. Who is this? I do not know, I just found him on the street and thought he could come. No matter how much sleep I get, I'm always tired. I'm sick of this shit. This is what happens when kids grow up and get adult money. I choose to stay super kind because they say good people die early. When your whole life is falling apart but you got no one to talk to. Might share a meme later. What the fuck is a group chat? I'm an adult. I only have 2 friends and they don't know each other. Therapist. You're so angry. You need to get in touch with you, inner child. My inner child. Me. Sorry I'm late. I broke down on the way to work. Boss. Is your car working fine now? Me. Car. Boss. Me. So, how's your life? Good, yours. Same. We both lying, ain't we? Yes, LOL. Actual classic right here. My profile picture versus me at work. When you find out someone ate the food you were saving for later.